What an incredible start to the season so far, you guys. What was it like for you guys being able to lean into the more mature elements of these characters? With Will sort of struggling to get into high school and watching Elle struggle, and then on top of that having his best friend maybe not feel like his best friend anymore.
Yeah, no, I mean, Will's definitely in kind of an uncomfortable situation, and all he wants is just to be back to normal with his little friends in the basement. But I mean, it's very cool just for me as the actor to play in this new environment where we were filming in New Mexico in the desert, and it was just a lot of fun to play around with just a new setting. That's because we're so used to the Hawkins setting. But yeah, Will's like a very protective brother for Elle.
I think it's so kind of rich to have, in this huge supernatural big sci-fi show, to have those real human, human kind of stories and human issues. And I think in the relationship, at least from my character's perspective, I think relationships challenge you, and it's kind of making him question a lot about who he is and which path he should go down. And I think there's a lot of fear about what he should do, maybe being left, and it's like kind of trying to work those dynamics. And he has Argyle as his new friend who's trying to help him navigate that. I don't know, like in the best way, but as best as he can. Yeah, it was really great to kind of get to play those really cool truths in this wild story.
It's time.
Don't try to be heroes. There is no shame in running.
Sick.
What do you think, Mike?
It's risky as hell.
What was it like for you guys getting a chance to play these more mature elements of the story? We're dealing with people's grief. We're dealing with now real romantic relationship struggles.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it is, I think it's just respecting your characters and their journeys, and just, there's a lot of sort of supernatural crazy elements going on. But I think for all of us, it's about kind of grounding those characters in their relationships and their actual lives and feelings and emotions. And I think having that sort of tether you through everything is a fun part of this particular job.
Natalia and Joe, it seems like there's still a little bit of Steve and Nancy romantic energy happening there. Are we going to be seeing them get together?
There's obviously a little flame. I feel like when people, are together in the past, there's always a little flame. So it's fun to work together again, actually, because we haven't really worked together in a long time. So that was really something I was looking forward to, because the characters have kind of gone their separate ways, changed a little bit. And so when they come back, what is that like? Yeah. But, I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't really know how the hell it'll end or what'll happen.
Yeah, no, I pretty open-ended. Yeah, we don't know a lot.
Yeah.
But there's definitely I think what we see in this season is these are two people who do care about each other.
Dear Billy, I don't know if you can even hear this. Ever since you left, everything's been a total disaster.
Max is really going through it this season. I mean, we're seeing her deal with the grief of her brother, but then she's also been targeted by this demon. And then I guess having her life saved by Kate Bush. Is she in the clear, or does she still have this mark on her as we go into this next few episodes?
I mean, there's really no way of knowing. I think the audience doesn't know, the characters certainly don't know at this point. But yeah, Max's journey this season for for the episodes that you've seen so far, it really is just a lot, because she's in a lot of pain and she's grieving, and she's having all these really dark thoughts that she doesn't want anyone to find out. And then all of a sudden, the very thing she wants to hide the most is what this villain is feeding off of. So it puts her in a very vulnerable position. And then she gets her life saved by Kate Bush.
We're a team.
friends. But it's gonna be up to us again.
I'm new to this show, and like at the same time, Argyle's character is new to their crazy ass lives. You know, they're the wild ass that they've been through. You know, like it's just so nuts. Like that was like the parallel between me and Argyle. Like it's just like I'm experiencing their show and their stuff for the first time, and then Argyle's experiencing life-threatening situations that they're like almost desensitized to. They're like used to like anything. Like you can throw anything at them. They're like, all right, here we go. It's like, I mean, for Argyle, it's like, what are you talking about?
Joseph, what was like for you joining this crew of people, this family who's been together for a few seasons now?
Well, you know, most of them are lovely. So that's kind of helpful. No, they're all really nice people, and it was you know, everything that you'd expect. I think it was kind of daunting, a little bit nerve-wracking, but then also incredibly exciting. But more than anything, just kind of it's a good thing to kind of go somewhere strange with a bunch of strangers, and then leave that place with kind of really dear friends.
A war is coming. I'm afraid your friends at Hawkins are very much in the eye of the storm.
I don't have my powers.
I don't know how to say this other than just to say it. Without you, we can't win this war.
Our core group are now separated. What sort of danger does that pose to them? Like, you know, we've got everybody kind of on their own individual storylines at the beginning of the season. What does that mean for them?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely a different feel, at least for the first few episodes, just having the distance between everyone. But weirdly, I think it makes it all the more exciting.
Yeah.
And just having like these very different locations to kind of follow throughout the season. It's never something we've done before. So it was, I don't know, I think, and the Duffers obviously, like, they're geniuses in the way they had a very specific way that they wanted each location to look. And I think it translates beautifully in this season.
New challenges for the characters. We always survive and work best as a team. And now we don't have that option.
Yeah. I feel like also something that struck me was like, wait a second, we're filming. Okay, we've got this storyline that takes place here. Mm-hmm. We've got a storyline that takes place all the way over here. Mm-hmm. And just kind of how far they have taken this thing while maintaining the core of the show, to me was like, wow, hats off. Can't wait to do it. Can't wait to see it, you know? And for us, we're only filming one of the storylines. So when we watch the episodes, at least I'll speak for myself, I'm like, wow, I'm just watching this as a fan. I didn't see any of this on the day. So that's really fun.
I also feel like this season there are characters who are in real danger that is surprising. Like who haven't been in like as high stakes potential doom danger before. And that was surprising and scary to me when I was reading it.
And applicable to every storyline. It's not just that one storyline is kind of the main artery. Every single storyline is kind of filled with peril and danger.
Now this season they don't have, at least for part of it anyway, they don't have their super-powered friend to back them up. I mean, what does that mean for them? How are they able to cope and navigate and head into Hawkins to try to save the day without her?
Prep time, dude. It's like Batman, you know, you need prep time. You gotta be a tactician. You just gotta brace for it.
I think it's just nice because it's interesting to see this kind of more realistic fight against this supernatural being, and it's like we're just like this season is for us, we're fighting with guns and words and things that aren't like what I'm used to in the Upside Down with the slime and the spores and everything. So it was just really fun to try that new side of things, and it was just very realistic and crazy.
We've had our weapon, our superpower. We have our friend with superpowers. That's the fallback is when things don't go right, we can just have our friend that can and then blow things up with her mind. And so yeah, of course, it poses new challenges. With everything she's dealing with and us being separated, it's off the bat not looking great for us.